Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world most famous arena with a clip. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk is real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. The entourage be on the job. My energy, 50 tripping in tempo. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause at the Knicks we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's hair space that appear like square space. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City trip. And 50 Dexters on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Salute. What's good? Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. The pregame show. Knicks and the Hawks at the world most famous arena. We're gonna get into all that, break down the whole thing. What's on tap tonight? But first and foremost, let me bring in my partner in crime, Shop Powers. What's popping?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yes, indeed, everybody. Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building. The pregame show, man. We're gonna get into the starting lineup, injury report, break everything down. Whatever's on tap tonight, we're gonna get into it. There's a lot of noise out there. It's gonna be a lot of Knick news we're gonna talk about as well, with all the trade speculations and all that good stuff. So should be a fire show tonight. We're gonna see if the Knicks can come in here, get into the Melbourne Fan Arena, get down with the Atlanta Hawks and try to come out with a W to get the 2 games in a row after a good defense performance, probably the best one of the year they put on Sunday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I think that was one of our better outings from a defense standpoint. So we did to fight another day, man. We close, almost back being 500 pretty much. We get a win tonight. We be 1 game away from there. Then we got Charlotte down here on Friday. Then obviously we got the Kings on Sunday. At the next game after that. So it's December 11th. So it's the next day after that Charlotte, 2 days after the Charlotte game. I apologize. Then the Knicks got the second one, the Kings in the Garden. But the Knicks turned it around the other day, man. Had a good outing on defense. Obviously Cleveland didn't shoot the ball well, but our defense was on point the other day. They was moving and grooving down there, man. So we got the victory. Got us back to 11-13, real tight, bunched up in the East, man. And we're gonna get into all that too, because I really think it's a lot of things going on tonight, man. I'm just excited, man. I'm ready to get it popping. Let my partner get in here and tell you about it, man. Shaw Powers, man. What you think about tonight's game and moving forward?
Big payback, revenge. Let's get this win. This is as everyone says, this is a game that we have I guess you want to call a grudge match against these guys. We have history with these guys, you know what I mean? And we can beat these guys. So the last time we played, Murray tore us up. He lit us up for about 15, 17 points. I think it was in the third quarter, something like one of those quarters. He lit us up and we couldn't recover from it. But tonight is a different way. This is a different night. We got a different way of Tom Thibodeau is coaching a different way. If I'm not mistaken, I don't believe Mitchell Robinson was available for that game, right? He didn't play that game, did he, against Capella?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, right. So we got a different man in the middle, and hopefully this help us out tonight. And let's see where we go from here, man. It's a big game tonight, man. I don't care what nobody say. This is a big game, and we need a win.
Yeah, real talk. It should be a fun game, man. It should be a exciting game, actually. You know how we do against Atlanta Hawks. You know how that rivalry been the last couple of years.
Rivalry, that's the word I was looking for.
Hammers being the villain coming up in the Garden. Just wreaking havoc and everything. So we have beat them way more, believe it or not. People don't realize we beat Atlanta Hawks like 4 out of 5 out of the last 6 or 5 out of 4 of the last 5. So we've been handling them pretty well. Just when we got in the playoffs, we didn't do nothing with them. So on that note, man, but I'm really looking for a good game tonight. I think it'll be a game that I think the Knicks are going to be real competitive at the way they played the other day. Now that Tom Thibodeau pretty much locked down a 9-man rotation, look like he's going to go with what he's rolling with, 9 men. So you're going to have guys like Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, and Evan, for all these guys who are pretty much in these trade talks right now, per se, is the one that's not really in there. And obviously, we got to find a way to get Jericho Simmons a little time in there. But he's set with the rotation, so that you know what you're going to see tonight. For the Knicks, man, obviously Jalen Brunson, Grimes, R.J. Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. Obviously, you're going to see them in the starting lineup tonight, and then come in with the quickly little world and got Obi Toppin and guys like that. Harkenstein. Then he take R.J. out, put R.J. back in with that lineup now that he's not running Cam Reddish right now. So I think that's why you probably see R.J. numbers, his minute numbers up, because he kind of tends to pull him out with bring quickly in the first quarter. But when it's time, he also comes right back in the second quarter with that same unit. So that's what you're going to see pretty much tonight as well. So but for the Atlanta Hawks on their injury front, we get into them right quick and see where they was at with their lineup. They go on with Trae Young, Devontae Murray. They got AJ Griffin, Jay Johnson, and Capella tonight. But I do think that Collins and my man will be back tonight. They don't have him on the injury report list per se. So they're going to roll out Trae Young, Devontae Murray, AJ Griffin out of Duke, Johnson and Capella if the other guys don't play tonight. So let's see how they do with that, man. But I think the Knicks will be ready to ball tonight. I should be a little bit of excitement in the Garden. It should be a little excitement in the Garden, man. If it is, then the Knicks should have a good game tonight against them guys, man. And I think that's what's going to happen tonight, Shop House. It should be a really good game. Let's hope the Knicks go out there and get a good one and get a win tonight.
Yeah, up and down game, something that I'm looking forward to seeing tonight. Just to hop on Tibbs real quick. Some nights some nights when I watch Tibbs, I'd be like, damn, Tibbs, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then some nights I'm like, oh, he made a earlier change. He substituted someone in that I didn't think he was going to put in. He started someone that you didn't think that he was going to start, and so on and so forth. So let's see how Tibb comes out tonight. The speculation was at the last game, and he had his conversation with the media that they asked about certain players and certain things, and with D Rose, he said because of a back-to-back. Let's see how true it is tonight. That is going to be one of the things I'm going to watch. Is he going to come with D Rose tonight, or is it going to be Deuce McBride tonight? So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to seeing. And overall, I think we could beat this team. We already played them. We know how they play. We got to get out on them early, and we didn't have Mitchell Robinson the last time we played them. So let's see if that makes any what of a difference. That's one of the guys I'm looking for to have a big night tonight. Usually, Mitchell Robinson hasn't really played that much against Atlanta. A couple of games, let me rephrase that, but in some of the bigger games, like in the playoffs and stuff like that, we didn't have Mitchell Robinson to compete against Capella. So tonight is going to be a night to see if Mitchell Robinson is worth that $15 million.
Yeah, that's going to be a matchup tonight for sure. It's interesting for me, man. Tibbs said that Derrick Rose is out of the rotation. McBride going to get that time tonight. And you know what? We all wanted, we wanted the Knicks to go young. There you go. We wanted him to go with the Knicks to go young. That's what they did. They took out Fournier. They took out Derrick Rose. Two of the veteran guys in that team. They're not getting no minutes. Obviously, Julius Randle. Other than that, he's only 28 years old. Other than that, everybody pretty much 25, around 26 and younger. So they definitely got one of the youngest starting teams in the league right now, per se, because just due to the fact that Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose might not be in that starting in that 10-man rotation now. So we got to see how it goes. But I think tonight they go out there and get it popping, though. I really think the Knicks gonna go out there and play some hard ball. I like them. I like what they did, giving Deuce McBride the opportunity to show up that perimeter defense a little bit more. Now you got Derrick Rose. He's not a great defender. He's not a slouch, but he ain't no McBride. I think that time has passed Derrick Rose. So knowing that you got a guy like McBride and quickly in that backcourt for now, can come in the second unit and play D like that is pretty good. Helps us out pretty good on the perimeter compared to Derrick Rose and guys like that, man. So having Fournier and Quentin Grimes in the starting lineup. I apologize for that. Having Quentin Grimes in there kind of shows up a little bit more with him as the two guard now for the Knicks in that starting lineup. At least we get a little bit more wing defense on that one. And man, did he have my man what's his name that night anyway? Donovan Mitchell on the island that night. He was on Quentin Grimes' island that night, man. When he was shutting my man. He had 23, but probably the hardest 23 he had all year. So I think that was pretty awesome shot power. From now that our perimeter defense should take up a little bit more just by going 9 deep, because I just think that it gives the team a better rhythm. And we miss Cam Reddish, man. I know we miss him in that rotation, but I can see what Knicks going with this year. And we're going to talk about that later as well, all the trade speculation with that. But for us tonight, I think we got a good chance to win this game, get back to 12-13. One more game, right? Get back at 500. We can go down here in Charlotte on Friday and beat the Nets. So I think that's what it got to be, man. But I'm looking forward to it tonight at the arena, man. I think they're gonna go out there and get it popping tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if this is not a game that you really get up for, what's the reason of playing? I don't mean that. I mean that fictitiously. I don't mean it realistically. But this is one of those games that you get up for. This is a team that you got history with. And every time you see this team, I feel as a Knicks fan, every time you see this team after the way they beat us in the playoffs, every time you see this team, you want revenge. Every time you get on the court with these guys, you want to beat them, and you want to beat them bad. So hopefully, they really ready and they geared up for this game. I'm expecting some pretty decent play from everybody. Everybody, they regular numbers. I think RJ's going to be 20 something. I think Randall's going to be 20 something. I think Brunson's going to be 20 something. But tonight is the night that I hope Quentin Grimes finds his range tonight. He will make a big difference in the starting lineup if he can get one of those numbers, like I talk about, those teen numbers, those 15s and 17s tonight. Now, also, Mitchell Robinson needs to be in those teen numbers tonight, 13, 15. They need to be in those teen numbers. So let's see what happens tonight, man. I'm amped. I'm ready to get it. I'm making orders right now to get my wings ready and stuff like that. I'm about to get my wings on and 2 slices of pizza or something like that, and just sit here and get ready for this game, Devon.
Yeah, real talk, man. I think it's gonna be a really exciting one. I think we're ready. I think the team. I think the matchup's gonna be well. Like you said, Devontae Murray came in the garden and gave us 31. He lit us up the last time we were here, something of that nature, man. So I really want to see how the Knicks respond to this. Usually, all the team that gave us a bit, we kind of had a pretty good bounce back against them, especially Sunday against Cleveland. Cleveland, gave us that shellac in the first time around. Then the second time around, they came in here and got it popping. Real talk. It is personal facts. I'm a lot wise. Peace to the God as well. It is, man. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at, man. Peace to a lot wise. Excuse me, Joey, everybody, man. I apologize for not hollering at you cats at the beginning. Jermaine Royce to everybody. Salute to you cats. Knicks real tall. Let's get it. Cash out Divine. Shop House. We in the building. But you know what? For the team matchup, Shop Powers, the tail of the tape is pretty interesting for us. I mean, you look at the numbers in the last 10 games. That's when they all count. Always the last 10. But we both 4-6.
They're even.
Yeah, we scoring 111. They scoring 111. Wow. Well, we rebound a little bit better than them. Assists is about the same. Rebound about the same. They got one. Let's say one up on us, and we shoot about the same for the 3-point line. That's why I get a Knicks chance, a good chance in this game, just due to the fact if they play some perimeter defense, you can see they ain't shoot too well from 3 like us. So let's see if we can take advantage of that, man, and get it popping with them tonight. And I think we will, because I want to see what Quentin Grimes is going to really do, how he's going to impact the game this time around compared to the last time we played them. I want to see how Mitchell Robinson is going to impact this game since the last time around when we played them, because both of these guys wasn't here. So now you got these 2 guys in the starting lineup. 2 of our better defenders, not the 2 best defenders in the starting lineup, Mitchell Robinson and Quentin Grimes. Let's see how that's going to translate. To try to slow these guys down, man. Devontae Murray, they got a solid team down there. I think Atlanta, even though they're going through they part of the season like the Knicks do sometime, where you in your losing phase, not your winning phase, but they still got one of the better backcourts in the game back there. So it's going to be a hard night tonight. But I think Jalen Brunson can pretty much give it to Trae Young. Trae Young is not a defender at all. So I'm really looking at Jalen Brunson to have a big game tonight against Trae Young, and Dwight versus Trae Young going to try to do the same thing. We know Devontae Murray, we're going to see what Quentin Grimes can do in that, how Quentin Grimes can help slow him down a little bit on the defense side of the ball. And Quentin Grimes starting to gain my respect. He always had my respect on the defense side of the ball, but even more because he did a phenomenal job the last game, man. Real talk that in knowing that Donovan Mitchell last night against the Lakers dropped 40-41, so 40 something like that. So that just showed the Quentin Grimes effect that night, and they had bad shooting as well, but we'll take it. So I think we're gonna be good tonight, man. I think we're going in, try to get this 2 games in a row. The last game, I like the way quickly played the last game. Shy Powers, he was really doing his thing. So with all this trade speculation and rumors that he in there with all them other guys, but he still came out on the court and just tried to handle his business, and he did a good job against in that Cleveland game. Microphone.
I'm on the fence about Cam Reddish, but we'll talk about that a little later. I understand why, listening to some things today and talking with you, Divine, I understand a little why as a fan as well. And but Grime has performed. He has come in. He's slowed some of the offense down from the opposing team. He's getting his hands in the cookie jar. He's staying active and stuff like that. The one thing that I'm waiting to see him do is, improve from his 3-point shot. And just, FYI, if you pay attention to stats, I've been doing that a lot now this year. We have improved from 3-point shooting in about a couple of games. I think it was 4 games or 5 games. We went from 29.7 to 32.5 now. We're slowly improving. Not where we need to be, but we are on the up tick of hitting 3-point shots. With that being said, tonight Quentin Grimes needs to get out there and light it up a little bit tonight. He has to he has to be someone that be in the teens tonight. 13, 14, 17. He needs to be a team number tonight with his stellar defense. And that's one of the guys I'm looking forward to seeing really produce tonight. With him producing and everybody else on the starting unit giving up the numbers that they usually give up, we'll be close to 80 to 100 points from our starters tonight, where we need to then pick up from our secondary unit and see where we go from there. So let's see what happens tonight, man. This is a big game. This is a payback game. Get back. Revenge. I want revenge. So I want them to come out tonight and play with some pace, grab them rebounds, and hit some free throws. I think we got a great chance of winning this game tonight.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, salute to the chat. That's where it's at, man. Salute my man, Agent Super Argo, 187, the New Breed. Salute to you, my man, Hampton Lee. Salute to you and Pizza the God, all out, everybody. Knicks Real Talk, let's get it. Divine, Shy Powers. We in the building the pregame show, man. Knicks and Atlanta Hawks at the world most famous arena tonight at 7:30. Should be a fun, exciting game. I would love to see the Knicks get this victory to get 2 in a row and beat 2 quality teams at MSG, where we haven't been playing too well at. But I think I'm really excited about what I've seen Sunday just from a defense standpoint. Y'all know my motto, man. It's defense and nothing. And they really came out there and had it popping. And with that, like I said, with Cleveland's bad shooting, we prevail. So let's see if they can have that same outcome tonight against Atlanta Hawks as well. If we can kind of way to slow Trae down, don't let them run them up, get crazy. Don't care about the 80-foot 3-pointers. Who gives a shit? But you can't let them run that hole, start throwing lob threats to everybody and hitting that float in the mid-range. Let them shoot them long threes. I don't care if he shoot them on bottom. He don't make half of them anyway. He ain't that good a shooter people think he is from a percentage standpoint from the 3-point line. As long as you don't leave him open, put a hand in the face, and you make him play, you make him earn that. That's what we got to do. But we need to keep him out the lane because that's when he getting more people involved. If he's shooting them 3 or whatever. But when he get in that lane, he got alley-oops of John Collins and the center spot Capella that cause a little problem sometime. Or he can kick it out to Murray or DeAndre Hunter. So let's hope that we just kind of neutralize him and make sure he don't get it run amok in the paint. I think the competition between him and Jalen Brunson, you know how active he is getting in the paint, where he get a lot of his buckets from it, a lot of his percentage shots, good ones, is right there in that key area. The cat is a maestro with the way he uses that basketball, man, to maneuver and get shots and everything like that down in the middle amongst the trees. So let's just hope that he have a good game tonight, man. Get up in the 20s, and because you got to remember they got a good defense team. Them boys, they listen. Other than John Collins and Trey Young, DeAndre Hunter, Javante Murray, and Clint Capella can play some defense. So they're going to have to go in there and get a popping against them. But I'm confident though that these cats going to come out here and play some good ball. And Quentin Grimes gonna have a rough tonight. I would love to see him get the numbers too, but at the same time, he's going up against one of the better defenders, Devontae Murray as well. So Devontae Murray got a little length on him, but Quentin Grimes also got a good quick first step and got a pretty good upper body there. So Quentin Grimes can work to his advantage as well. So it's gonna be a good matchup tonight. Them two at that 2-guard spot, and then obviously RJ and Hunter. We're gonna see what them cats gonna do. I really want to see these cats just keep building, and win the night. And when I put up the standard data, we ninth right now in the Eastern Conference. We won 1-2 games, we jump all the way up to 4, or whatever. So that's why we got to keep staying positive about a lot of things. I know we disappointed about a lot of things that's also going on, Cam Reddish and all these guys, but that's the business side of it. So we'll see what the Knicks going to do with that because it's really out of our control as fans. We can speak about it, have our feelings about it, but they're going to do what they're going to do what's best. They think is best for the organization. But for tonight, though, I want to see the Knicks go in there, Mitchell Robinson, let Clint Capella and them know what they was missing when he was out in the playoffs, when he wasn't there. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be a really good one tonight, entertaining. The stats equal out just the same, but I just want to see this is another team I want to see the Knicks compete against. And if we beat them, that's just telling us that, these cats got a pretty good team. They trying to put it together, and they haven't got there yet. But overall, I think they got a pretty good team, though.
Yeah, I mean, I say it all the time. I'm running it through the mud. I'm running it all over the place. Tonight is one of those games that we need to push pace against this team. As they try to run pace, we also need to run pace. We also need to out-rebound this team. Do not give this team too many second chance baskets. So we need to defensive rebounding is critical tonight. And we also need to not shoot as many threes, but do as we usually do, bang the ball down low in between the foul line and the rim, drive to the hole, get to the line, and hit our free throws. And with that being said, this is a get back game, man, and I want them to get this game back. As a Knicks fan, seeing these guys coming into our home, I want us to play better at home already. And this is a team that I really, really do not want to see them explode in New York City and MSG again.
Yeah, real talk. I think we will. I really think the Knicks are going to come and play tonight. I'm pretty confident in that. I just think that, like I said, we have beat them more than they beat us the last couple of years. Yeah, so I know sometimes it may seem like that playoff loss keeps a kind of bitter taste in your mouth, but we still like 4 or 5-1 against some guys the last game we played them. So we pretty much match up well against them. We just got to go out there and play and want it and play hard for 48 minutes. Because it's interesting the last game, man, with all the way that the rest now calling these turnovers in that game, like, was unbelievable. So hopefully we don't, I just think we go out there and get it popping, man, and try to win this game and get back one game under 500. I think the Knicks go out there and compete real hard tonight. I think these cats done been through enough losing, especially this last go round before the Cleveland game, where you're starting to hear all the buzzwords and all the hot seats and everything. I think these cats gonna settle down and say, okay, you know what, this is what Tiz rolling with. Let's get locked in. It's us 9 guys. This is who we rolling with, and see what they do. The Cam Reddish thing, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Obviously, I can see that from both sides of why they're doing the Cam Reddish thing. And so I can see it from both sides of the spectrum, the good, bad of it, the bad part about it, and the good part of it, because there's pros and cons to everything. So it might be bad that we, but at the same time, Shop House, business is business, man, and I like I always tell everybody, the Knicks trying to do something. So and beating teams like Cleveland and these other guys is the reason why they're letting that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to beat these teams. So obviously they're gonna want to get better with talent. And I just think that the Fourniers and all these guys, they sitting them and moving them for a reason. Even Cam Reddish and quickly, from a sentimental standpoint, Cam Reddish deserves this, but at the same time, Nate McMillan with Atlanta, and Nate McMillan got rid of him. Now we about to get rid of him. It might be something that they see that they don't think translate to what they can get maybe on a more experienced level that can do what he could do, but can kind of do it night in and night out, not going through the peaks and valleys. And that's why I think the Knicks is at. That he got a contract coming up in 2023. The Knicks gonna have to pay him. If Knicks is not gonna pay him, then you know what? I understand how everybody feel about Cam Reddish, but you know what though? They're gonna move him and they're gonna get something for him. So I think that might be a reason why they took him out of the rotation, because they don't want to. First of all, they want to risk him getting hurt. You know what I mean? Then his trade value go down. His foot get hurt. He go on an injury. Then now you can't trade him. So I do think that that might be the real reason what the Cam Reddish thing is, and is that and not only that, he's a clutch sports dude. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff. The politics play into it as well, and we'll see how it goes. But I think I get why it's happening. I get it from the standpoint of the Knicks is not going to want to pay Cam Reddish next year $15 to $20 million. They ain't going to want to do it. Number one, and number two, Cam Reddish can net you a first round pick. He was a top 10 player. You know what I mean? So he can get you. If it's a pick, he can get it. He can get you a number one because he was a number one. He got number one talent too. So I just think that when the smoke settles, they got to pay quickly. And the Knicks gonna try to get a big fish, you know what I mean, and that's why I think they at with that. I think they're gonna try to find somebody, whether Jalen Brunson could be the number two, even if Randall be here, Randall will be the number three. But I think they're gonna go out there and try to get something. In my opinion, with all the stuff they're doing, at least if they don't get something, they have the money to be able to get something next year in the summer or whatever. So it's gonna be interesting, man. But Cam Reddish is that dude, man. I love that young man's size, his game, and everything. And I just think that he was in Atlanta. He didn't get that break when he was down there with Nate McMillan, and he in here with New York, and he's not getting that break. Injuries had a lot to do with it throughout his career. See, like last year when he came in here, the injury bug hit him. This year he was just about to get in the groove. The injury bug hit him. You know what I mean? So, I just think that's where they at with it, man. And I think we're gonna have to just accept it and move on as a fan base and just say let's see what Cam Reddish turn into. Because I just think that they might realize, what, they're gonna move on because they don't want to pay him. I just think that's all it boiled down to, Shot Powell. I don't think it had nothing to do with the talent. I think you got to pay Obi Toppin, if a homegrown fan favorite, you gonna have to pay him. RJ's $27 million kicks in next year. You still until you move Rose and Fournier and all this, then you gonna have to pay quickly if you keep quickly. So I think it's just a tough decision for them as far as long term. So, but I think Cam Reddish, he will play. Listen, Cam Reddish can play tonight. Even though he went to a 9-man rotation, you never know what happens. Somebody get him bad foul trouble, he might be the first one off the bench. But right now, I can see what the Knicks trying to do with this thing, so I understand it. That these guys is they're looking forward to the future. And Cam Reddish he just not gonna be a part of them plans, and they move on. And I just think that's where they at with it. Because if you look at these guys that we were talking about, and I get it to you, Shot Power, these cats right here. Let's look at this right minute. That's what it's about right there. Knicks, all these cats, 18 million, 14 million, got a contract coming up. He's gonna have a contract coming up. That's almost $60 million right there. They can damn near save. If you get rid of them two, you don't sign him. You don't sign him. The Knicks will say, you know what? I got $60 million. I got money for two max plays. You know what I mean? I just think that's where they at with this here, man. So just to keep it on 100, I just think that on that Fred Katz don't spit no hyperbole. Then that's why I think Derrick Rose out the rotation. Number one, I don't think they're gonna want to get him hurt because they need to trade him. But other than quickly he got to play, and I think that's the only reason they probably got these two out. It's like, listen, I ain't taking a chance on that because them cats mess around and get hurt. There you go. That's what I think it is. So I think you're going to see the last of Cam Reddish in New York. We might have got to set that and hope that the Knicks can replace him with somebody who could do what he do, and can help and pretty much can help you right now at a higher level. I guess what I'm trying to say, Shao. So who knows?
Yeah, the chirp is out there, man. It's out there. You got some big name media guys talking about it, like Bundy, and it's a couple of things, some chirps out there, and like you said, Divine, with two of these players that we're talking about, IQ and Cam Reddish, those guys are both going to be looking for contracts next year. And if there's a way that they can offer quickly, a little change or something like that for 2 years or something like that to keep them here, I'm wholeheartedly with it. But I believe that like you were saying earlier, Clutch Sports and the CAA, they kind of like oil and water,
Right.
so
Right.
right now that he may be traded somewhere where they have Clutch at. I mean, that's possible. He's not getting the way it was stated that he's not going to be getting any real rotational minutes, and that's the same thing that happened to him in Atlanta. So the best bet for him is to try to either put him in the package, sell him separately, or not sell, trade him separately, and see what happens from there. We already know that Evan Fournier hasn't played in at least 10, 15. I don't know how many games. It's been about 10 games, and I believe that they're going to try to move him somewhere as well. So these four guys are, see what they do for the end of the year. If they do get 3 of these 4 guys like Derrick Rose, they may be a package, like you said, like we was talking in the background, Divine. We give all 4 of these players up, and maybe Levine might be over here, something like that. Not saying that I want Levine that much, but hypothetically, that I think if you put that money together, you can get somewhere around Levine money or something like that. So let's see what happens, man. A lot of people talk. I read a couple of things today, and just to quickly get off topic. If the Donovan Mitchell trade would have went down, then we wouldn't have as much of this log jam that we have with with these 4 players that we're talking about right now. All right, that's all I wanted to say about that. Not that I was saying anything about Donovan Mitchell. Me personally, as a fan, I would have been fine with IQ starting this year. But that's either here or there. I'm glad we got Jalen Brunson.
No question. Yeah, great. Jalen Brunson, a real deal. I love this cat, man.
Yeah.
I love his game. But you know what? And here's another thing that people don't, like the Devontae Murray. Why do you think he not really a Knick? It's Clutch Sports. He's a clutch dude. He a clutch dude. That's what the Devontae Murray. You don't think the Knicks probably didn't make an attempt to pull the trigger, but he probably like I'm from the Atlanta area, something like that, whatever. Trey Young, Clutch Sports, if I'm not mistaken. He Clutch Sports. So, that's, it ain't that the Knicks probably didn't try to get these guys, but they know the business. They know who he is. You know what I mean? You know what I'm really interested? I'm interested to see how RJ here feel about this. You know what I mean? This Cam thing. I would love if they had to be able to hear what his thoughts on, I know obviously you ain't gonna talk outside the team and nothing like that. But that's RJ, boy, they went to college together, but it's a business, you know what I mean? Overall, I wonder how this Nick thing is really playing out in the locker room, with all this trade speculation, IQ, he been balling, so we'll see, man, but I hope it don't have effect on the Knights game, and they can go out there and really perform at a high level and get that W, get us to 12 and 13, one more game closer to 500, another game moving up in the Eastern Conference standing, but everybody bunched together. So I'm looking for the Knicks to go out there and handle their business tonight. But we knew this time of the year was coming, man. December 15th trade speculation. You able to trade because of the free agents who signed. By December 15th, you could do whatever, I guess. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We go in there and see where the chips fall, let them fall where they may. And I hope that the Knicks come out on this thing with Cam Reddish, without Cam Reddish. You're still going to be a Knicks fan. It's about the name on the front of the jersey. Much as we get upset about the things they do, but if they trade Cam Reddish, we don't, let's hope they're gonna bring something back here that's gonna be in a return for us. You losing a talent like him. Let's hope whatever you do, whether it's pick wise, money wise, or player wise, let's hope whatever we do with Cam Reddish, if and when he get dealt, it'll benefit us. Whatever we bring back in here, it might not benefit us this year, but because he's out of the rotation anyway. But hopefully, with whatever they do with him. Let's hope that it benefit us between now and next year, maybe a first round pick or a player. You know what I mean? And it's just a business, and that's what it is. You just got to move on and take your L with your W, then and move on. So let's see what they do. But either way it go, I think the Knicks gonna be all right. I like what he did to shorten this rotation. I always thought that you get more rhythm by players when you shorten these rotations, because when you got too many guys playing, you can't give a guy 2 minutes here, 6 minutes there, expecting to be a good NBA player, because he's never going to get him rhythm. That's just too short of a time to do anything. So one of the good thing about shortening the rotation, he knows the quality of minutes he can give these guys. Now, Obi Toppin and Quickly and Grant, they can get more minutes, because now they ain't got guys who they got to compete with or share the minutes with, and I think it's going to make them better. I think Grant's chart going to pick up pretty soon. I really believe that, because and RJ number to pick up now, he'd be able to get into more rhythm. Though he played enough minutes already. But let's see, man. The trade stuff. But I can understand where it's coming from with Cam. But just keep in mind, this is the second time he wanted out of a situation, because they feel like that's 2 times. You know what I mean? So let's see what Cam Reddish, how he responds to it when in the next move. Because if it happened when next place he go, then you're gonna realize it wasn't the Knicks. It was Cam Reddish. It wasn't the Knicks and it wasn't Atlanta. It was Cam Reddish. Maybe got the issue or whatever the case may be. So let's see. Let's hope not. I'm hoping the Cat play tonight. I know it's a 9-man rotation, but we don't see him. But I definitely think I think he pretty much out of here though. Shot Powell, I think he out of here. I can't even say it, because you could tell a talent like that don't want to be not playing basketball. That boy too talented to not want to play basketball. So by him not playing basketball, he's sitting there. Like they say, they don't eat the Knicks and they represent them, done talk to each other. They're gonna find a way to get something done, because you can't. It's not fair to him in a contract year, trying to get your money and you ain't getting able to play no basketball. I think the Knicks should trade him, and that way it work out for both of them, because it ain't fair for Cam Reddish not to play basketball with all the talent he got, and he trying to get his bag for the next so many years of his life. Get him to a situation where he can get ball out and get a chance to get that money, because right now it don't look like he's getting it with the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to, like I said, reading some comments and how of the Knicks fans are talking about it, and I'm on the side kind of similar, kind of like what Keith Turner said. Giving up Cam Reddish is really giving up our only wing style player, someone that could slash, someone that could cut, somebody that could take it to the hole, ambidextrous, lay it with the left, lay it with the right. Only thing he really didn't show us as much this year is his 3-point preference. But aside from that, I wish we had a way that we can hold on to him. But with that being said, I'm also high on Quentin Grimes. You know what I mean? And so that kind of, smooths me over a little bit, like a little bit of butter on some bread or something like that. It is what it is. The other 3 guys, like IQ, I do not want IQ. If they trade IQ, I hope it's in the off season. We need IQ this year.
Right.
We need IQ this year. To me as a Knicks fan, I think we need IQ this year. I do not think we can let IQ go this year, because he does so much. He makes us so much better, and every lineup with IQ on the court, we're a better team. So I hope we can just hold on to him and maybe persuade him into taking a decent contract for maybe 2 years, where he can stay here and, maybe in between, give him a 1-and-1 or whatever it is. And I mean, just to hold him on, because some nights he can't shoot the ball. He's not shooting as many 3-pointers. Sometimes he dribbles the letters off the basketball and stuff like that. But the one thing that he does is he plays defense. And he is a very defensive minded guy that grabs rebounds. And those 2 things right now we need. We need guards to grab rebounds, and we need someone to pursue on some of these offensive guards that's coming down here and try to hold them down or put a stop on them, or make them take mess up their free throw percentage. I mean, not free throw, field goal percentage. That's what we need. So if anything, I hope IQ would be someone where we could probably do after the season is over or whatever. But the rest of them, it's part of the business, man. I'm more lenient to what's going to go down with those guys right now.
Yeah, real low. Hey, salute to the chat, man. Johnny Davis, salute to you for coming in with us. Salute to you, Agent D. Roz, Pudge and Nice, Nick 100. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at, man. Knicks will talk. Divine Shot Powell. It's a pregame show, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Knicks and Atlanta Hawks at the world most famous arena tonight. Gonna go down there and try to get a victory to get back close to 500, one game under, knowing that they're going down here in Charlotte where I'm at down here Friday and try to Friday night Knicks and try to get back to 500. They do that, then they go back, they come back to the Garden, and they play the Sacramento Kings, been playing some damn good basketball under Mike.
Yeah, they've been playing some good ball.
Mike Brown bringing that Golden State Warrior coach over there, and they play De'Aaron Fox and them cats is pretty doing it. But if we win that game, that's that streak I'm talking about. We'd have won 4 games in a row. We beat Cleveland, we can win tonight. Hopefully we can beat Charlotte, and then we can go and beat the Kings. That's that winning streak I was talking about. The Knicks going to go on. They're going that 4 or 5 game winning streak. If they could pull these defeats off, and next thing you know, we won game over 500. We probably wind up being right there, top 6 in the East. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this thing moving groove from here on out, man. But I think we got a good chance to go here and get it popping though for sure.
Yeah, it's just something that we really have to do tonight, man. And when the dust is cleared and it may make the team a little better. You know how many minutes you're probably going to get per night. You know how the rotations are going to come in. You get a better rhythm going with the guys that you're implemented for. To move the players around and stuff like that. You can alternate the way you make the roster with the 9-man rotation. And if you pay attention to the NBA, majority of the NBA are kind of like playing 9-man rotations as well. Majority of teams are pretty much on like a 9-man rotation. You very rarely see teams unless they're the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the bunch, playing 10-man rotations. So you majority of times now, like I've been watching a couple of games, doing a little homework and stuff like that. Majority of the NBA teams now play about a 9-man rotation. So that's where Tibbs wanted to be. I remember this, man. We started out playing almost a 12-man rotation. We went down to 10-man rotation, back up to 11. Then we went down to 9, 9, and we've been staying there for the last couple of games. So, the one thing that this does, and for all the naysayers, for all the people that talk about Deuce, what's going to happen with Deuce? Why Deuce not getting no minutes? Deuce, and all of this. Deuce, the defense, he's defensive player. Deuce, once he get rhythm, he goes to the G League. He gets busy. Deuce. Now you're going to get a chance to see what Deuce can do. And this is exactly what we need to see with this team, because by the end of this season, we will have to shed some of these players. We will have to try to look for a quote-unquote big fish to help us bolster our team. So these are the things that happen in the NBA. You know what I mean? I'm happy that the team is trying to move forward with what they're doing, trying to let go of some of their veterans. And maybe, we all talk about this on Twitter. Everybody talks about Julius Randle. Maybe this might be the year that he can build his stock up, and maybe we can do something with him towards the end of the year or something like that. Because I believe, as a Knicks fan, if we go into the All-Star break and we're under 500, then we may see Julius Randle going. If we're dramatically under 500, like 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 games out of 500, then we may see Julius Randle going this year. There's a possibility. I think, as a Knicks fan, doing my homework, I think we may see that happen this year. So let's just see what happens. But for tonight's game, man, we need to beat this team, push the pace, grab rebounds, hit our free throws. We have a really good chance of winning this game tonight.
Yeah. I know. I like the line. I really do like the lineup that's down there. I really do. I think Quentin Grimes, him being in the 2 guard makes Knicks a much better defensive team on that floor. No question about it. I mean, especially when he's playing guys his size, obviously that's the one thing I will miss about Cam Reddish, that 6'8" height that he had. That when you got guys like 6'7" guards and 6'6" guards, Cam Reddish can go down into the 2 and really defend with these guys, man. That's why one thing I missed about him in the rotation. But I'm definitely not mad at the way what Grimes brings to the starting lineup. The Cat got a defense tenacity, and that's my pet peeve. What's a good plan? Somebody you can't stop him. He get out there, he defend real well. Obviously, once the 3-ball stroke get going, I think it's going to open up a lot for them guys, because now a lot of teams going to have to be careful when when Jalen Brunson penetrate and Quentin Grimes on that wing knocking them shots down. That's going to open up a lot for us. It's going to cause defense to have to start doing a little bit more scrambling and things of that nature, because if Julius Randle not shooting it too bad, we want to see him all get over league average. But once they get up to that point, I think Quentin Grimes is going to be essential to the Knicks when the way he can get to that corner, knock that ball down, and shoot it from all around that whole 3-point. He can shoot it damn near from any spot. So once he get in the groove and knock it down, I think the Knicks going to be a much better team. So let's hope that it translates tonight against them. Devontae Murray is a handful. The Cat can really play some defense, one of the better defenders in the game. So he's going to have his hand for tonight. But I think if everybody's shooting the right picks and they moving the ball and making these cats, everybody scramble, hopefully I think once it get to his hand, he can let it go and knock it down. But I'm definitely I'm happy about his penetration to the rack. The Cat is really underrated playmaker, quick off the bounce. He can really get it. He can get there, man. So I like everything about Quentin Grimes, and I can see why the Knicks doing some things. I think the Cat, once he get in the rhythm, it's all it's about. The Cat just coming off the injury list.
Rhythm.
Yeah, once he get his rhythm, we seen what he could do with a basketball from out there. It ain't like he can't shoot. We seen that happen last year. So in his rookie year, so I think he's a really good. I like him in that 2 spot for the Knicks. Let's hope that they can all start really coming together. Shot power. Brunson giving us what Brunson giving us. And I love his game. So I'm happy with that backcourt with RJ. Hopefully when he get in the groove, Randall and them, I think they're gonna be all right with Mitchell Robinson. I think they're gonna be able to compete. They just got to put it all together, man. If they put it all together, I think we have something pretty brewing for the next, for the first half of the season. I think the Knicks going to be in this thing, all the way till they can't be in it no more. And I like where we at right now compared to where we could be. We 2 games under 500. We 9th in the East, and the other teams above us all got 1 or 2 more wins or lost than from us being there. So out of all the stuff going on down here, we still right there competing at 11 and 13. And hopefully we be able to get to 500 in the next couple of games and get over it by Sunday. And then next thing you know, we sitting there almost going into January. We looking at we over 500 team, and we in playoff contention. And that's what it's really all about to me. It's just that let's keep battling, man, and let Jalen Brunson and Randall having a pretty good year, better than he was the last year. We know RJ will finally come around sooner or later, and if they do that, we'll see where they end up, man. But it's like I said, between now and then, it all starts tonight down at MSG, man. Knicks go in there and beat Atlanta. That'd be really awesome. Go down there and get a W, man. That's what it's all about. I root for the Knicks every night, man. I ain't looking for them to lose. I don't matter of fact, I don't root for nobody to lose in my life. So let's get it twisted. Winning is a winning. You know what I mean? And let's see if these cats go out there and win tonight, and get us to 12 and 13. And have something to talk about the next game, going into the next game, feeling good going down here to Charlotte. We do that, man. Get to 500 in Charlotte, we good. Shot power, and I think that's what you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, I'm totally with you, Divine, man. Let's see how they work the things out, man. Now that Tibbs has kind of figured out the road that he wants to go down. Let's see if the guys can step up. And I mean, tonight is a night that Quentin Grimes, I think, needs to come up and show out a little bit. Like I said, those team numbers, the 13, 14, 17, those he needs to get those numbers tonight. The one thing that he does great too, man, if you pay attention to him, he has good eye, he can pass the ball, and he grabs rebounds. He gets down there, he gets gritty with the rebounding. He helps our rebound. I don't think he's 7-8 rebounds, but I think he at least gets 4 or 5 rebounds a game. I'm pretty sure he's getting about two assists a game or so. So that's better than it's starting to fill up the stat sheet, the box scores. So let's see tonight if he can fill it up with a nice 17 tonight. I think that I said in the preseason, even before they really start playing and not knowing that he was hurt or not, that he was going to be one of those lights that we really needed to see shine bright this year. And, he's going to start getting some quality minutes now. So let's see if he starts shining bright.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? You know, Quentin Grimes. I think that was one of the only. Now I have too many negatives about Cam Reddish, but that was the only one for his size. He didn't grab them rebounds. He wasn't a good rebounder. Cam Reddish, you know, he averaged 1 or 2 rebounds. And I thought somebody with that size and that skill set, you know, you would hope that he got to at least 4 or 5 or 6 rebounds at that size and everything. So that's one of the things that only thing I really thought about Cam Reddish's game that to me that didn't translate to what I thought it could be is because of his rebounding. But everything else was was coming along. But he definitely wasn't rebounding the ball enough for the Knicks, and which that's what we need because we're a rebounding type team. So, but Quentin Grimes does give you that element, though. He really does. He gives you that element, and he's an all around good player, man. So I think he's gonna really be an important thing moving forward on that rookie deal that he got for the Knicks for the next 3 years. And you can see why the Knicks keeping him and getting rid of a lot of people. They're getting a talent like that on a $2 million deal for the next 2 years. Whereas with these other guys, they're gonna need their bag. They're gonna need his bag. Cam Reddish gonna need his bag. You know what I mean? And Quentin Grimes still got 2 more years to do that. So you know, on a rookie deal. And I think that's what a lot of these decisions is being made at Shot Power. I think some of it is financial flexibility, some putting yourself in a position to go get a creme de la creme player, just like we would have traded. We wouldn't have had a problem putting RJ in that Donovan Mitchell deal. I wouldn't have a problem putting Cam Reddish in a deal that is going to benefit the Knicks. I don't care.
Facts.
I do not care. I love Cam Reddish, but if his body going to bring us something that's going to make us a better team, so be it. It is what it is. It's a business. You know, it's called trading. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I really liked what Quentin Grimes brings to the backcourt to help Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is just you know, he's not a supreme defender. So having a defender back there like him kind of takes a little pressure off the team. Having somebody in the backcourt who can slow the ball down, and then knowing you got Mitchell Robinson back there to protect him from back there. Quentin Grimes makes that situation much better. And when everybody else putting in the effort, they could play. Like when Randall put in effort, Randall could play some defense when he put in effort. When RJ, you know, put in effort, they could play defense once they put in the effort. So, you know, I think Quentin Grimes and Mitchell Robinson makes up for a lot of that. And let's hope that it can all rub off tonight. Like I said, you can't be mad at 92-81. Even though they shot bad, that defense was still, what he did to Donovan Mitchell tonight, he showed me something, man. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying that the reason why, you know, Jonathan Mitchell had a bad game, but a lot of that had to do with that boy defense. I watched that game. You know what I mean? Quentin Grimes was in that cat grill. And that's always why, that's all I ever want these Knicks to do. That's what I loved about Cam Reddish and them. And every time somebody will get lax, but at least when they defend, they up on your grill. You know what I mean? And they see you and make you think about how hard it is going to be for you to make your next move. See, Quentin Grimes does that. He makes you think about your next move and your next move because he's always on you. So if you think you're going to shoot a 3-point shot on Quentin Grimes, he's going to make you think about you're going to have to do something else. I'm not going to let you hit a 3. Or if you think you're going to drive on a guy, he's going to make you think about doing something else. Where you got a lot of guys like Randall and RJ, and them guys don't think about nothing because they just know they're giving them free reign to do something. And that's what I like about Quentin Grimes, man. He just got that stellar defense, and that really was a big challenge for that young man. The other day against Donovan Mitchell, he stepped up to the challenge. You can't ask for more than that from a cat. You know, now he took it personal. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let you know why they didn't want to put me in a trade with you. You know what I mean? So when he took up the challenge, man, Donovan Mitchell only had 23, and that cat guarded him most of the game, made it hard for him. So you know that was a trade talk of the summer. Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks, but the Knicks don't want to give up Quentin Grimes. But there you have it. So, for that night, the Knicks won the trade. So it is what it is, you know. But let's hope that it continues to get better, man, and we win tonight. We go out there, and I think we give the Trae Young tonight. I really do. I think them cats got their own little turmoil going on in Atlanta with Trae Young and the coach and all this stuff. So they got their own issues too. They done lost a certain amount of games in a row in the standings. So I think the Knicks just got to go out there and play. And leave it at that, man. Because real quick, Shop House, let me give it to you. Let me throw this up here, just let everybody know what I'm talking about. You look at that right there. The Knicks is 11-13. They win tonight. You see where everybody at? Knicks got the fourth team, Atlanta. They got 11 losses. At the night, they might have 12. You know what I mean? So if the Knicks win this, they're 12-13. They go 13-13. Boom. You know, because you know the schedule tonight, a couple of these teams probably wind up losing because Toronto haven't been playing too well. They got a little issues going on down there to me with what they shoot, their backcourt shooting. The Sixers, they just got James Harden back, but they have Doc Rivers he on a hot seat down there probably this year. He don't get it done down there. And the Nets, they obviously they got KD in them, and Ben Simmons probably be back Friday. But I say all to say that the Pacers got a good game tonight. I mean, the Knicks is right there. Other than the top three, which is Cleveland, which we beat, then they got 9-1, but the Knicks could wind up being anywhere up here in the next couple of games if they win a couple in a row. So I think that we still in this thing, man, and let's see if they can move forward and get it popping. I don't think it's over till it's over, and I think we kept it'll be another boost of confidence for them, feeling good coming down here Friday.
Yeah, there's no question about that, man. I see that, Crow. If Tibbs give us 4th seed again, there's gonna be something. If Tibbs get a 4th seed again, I mean that may change the way that they look at Tom Thibodeau, and to get rid of him and stuff. We may see another year. I think he still has one more year left on his contract. So who knows? He gets us to the 4th seed. Do you want him to go? Would you want to trade him if he gets us to the 4th seed? And I mean, he will be about 70 in another year or so. I think he's 68 or 60, 69. He's an older coach, but if he gets us to the 4th seed, do you think that you would want Tom Thibodeau to go? I don't know. I mean, I think Tom has what he wants right now, and if he can implement the game plan, maybe throw a different, couple of things out there, to change up his offense, which he probably won't, but he may. He's changed the lineup. You never know if the team starts playing a little harder. Now we got possibly Deuce, coming off the bench with his stellar defense. If he could bring some of that G League play to that second unit, we're gonna be a different looking team. And if he changed the look of the team by us playing defense better and starting to hit some hitting some 3-point shots. Better defense and hitting 3-point shots. We're in the game way, way more now. Aside from things that I talk about pushing the pace and rebounds and free throws, if we can hit some 3-point, if we can move our 3-point shooting from 32% in these next 4 games to 35%, we going to be looking. Our team is going to be a little better. We're going to look a little better. Jalen Brunson's starting to shoot a little bit more 3-pointers now. Randall, the last game against the Cavs, he played defense. He played 1 or 2. He did leave a couple of open shots, but I seen him going up over screens. It was one big play when I seen he went over the screen on what's that old dude that shoot the 3-point shot? The oldest player on the Cavs team. Anyway, Kevin Love. He went over the screen to play defense on Kevin Love. He was playing defense on Kevin Love the whole thing. They set the screen. Kevin Love rolled to the right. Julius Randle went hard over the top of the screen to get to Derek, to get to Love. He got to Love. Love was about to shoot a 3. He changed his mind. He came back. They run the same play again. Julius came back and played defense on him. If he could play some defense like that, feel a little some kind of way about certain players that you play against. He plays pretty decent one-on-one defense. But if he gets caught up in the Julius Randle, if he gets caught up in the screen, you may find him under the basket waiting to try to grab a rebound. So it is that's part of his game. Is he's been doing that since he's been here. We just see it a little bit more that he plays a little bit more basketball now. But overall, man, I think they have to have attitude tonight. They got to have an attitude tonight. These guys are coming in and they beat us the last time. They showed us up a little bit. This guy Murray went crazy on us. None of that can happen tonight. So hopefully we can, play some hard defense tonight and, get with the pace, man. We have to pound pace with these guys, man. Don't let them set up on defense. Is one of the keys that why we didn't play that great, but we score baskets in the paint. We get down, we run the ball right to the hole and get those baskets. When they're not set up, we score a little bit better. So let's see what happens tonight, man. I'm hopeful for this team tonight. And for me, as a Knicks fan, big payback. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yeah, real talk, man. It's interesting about the tip thing. I think it's so many things with that thing. You know what? Sometimes we got to make sure we give them the roster they need too. You know what I mean? I know he tried to get the pieces he need, but what I feel this way about the way the thing is right now. So many years we've been firing coaches, 2 years firing them. I think the Knicks organization feel like, look, we never gonna get no stability if we keep firing coaches. Nobody gonna want to come to play in New York. Why you don't think we got the big star? We haven't had a big star since Melo. You know what I mean? Because we so much got that try to fix it with a Band-Aid mentality. Like this coach, Derek Fisher, 1 year later he fired. Jeff Hornacek, a year later he fired. It goes on and on. Fizdale, another year he fired. And I think that James Dolan like, damn, I'm giving these coaches 5-year deals, and they only lasted 2, and I got to give these cats $15 million or something because I don't even coach these guys. So I think the Knicks is at a point where listen, we got to start recycling coaches over and over. This is not my mentality. This is what I think they are thinking. That, you paid Fizdale, you got to pay this guy. You had to pay Phil Jackson $60 million or whatever left on his contract after it all said and done. So I think they just once trying to get some stability in New York, to get players to come here. Because if you look at a lot of our young talent, Shop Howard, real quick, Kevin Knox, all these guys, every year they had a different coach. RJ first came in, Tibbs wasn't his coach. You had Fizdale. Every year they got to learn a new system, got to learn a new style. I think for once the Knicks is probably saying, listen, we can't keep recycling in our culture. We're never going to build a culture here where the supreme cats going to want to come here and play for a coach because everything is always recycled. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think the Knicks probably saying, listen, are we going to let if Tibbs get us to the 4th seed again? Knicks, listen, he got us to the playoffs again. He might not be the coach you guys want, but he got us where we need to go. Let him play out this other year. That'd be 4 years. Then you can say, you know what? I'd rather for James Dolan to fire him in the 4th year than lose 2 years. Then you got to pay another coach. You still pay these other coaches. I think the Knicks is just trying to get away from that, and because we got to be able to get players in here, man. We can't keep relying on the Julius Randles and the Jalen Brunson. The New York Knicks need some supreme players. In order for them to get some supreme players, they want to come to a place where they know they're going to be stable. They want to be stable. You know what I mean? Look at the mess KD going through in Brooklyn. He ain't want that. You know what I mean? They don't want that stuff. They want to be able to come in where their team is trying to build something, and the coach going to be there the next year. So next year when I come in, I know what the coach told me from last year. I kind of know his game plan. So if Tibbs come back in here again, hypothetically, he might not, he might do. You know what the player's going to say? I know what I'm getting, Shop Howard. You know what I mean? I know who this guy is. I know what he wants us to do. And it makes it easier. So let's hope that they turn this thing around. Because think about it. The first year Tibbs came here, whether it was all season or not, the man got us to the playoffs. Had a good year last year, except for injuries. You know what I mean? And right now, we 11-13, sitting in the Eastern Conference at the 9th spot with a chance in a couple of days to go up to the 3rd or 4th spot. The 4th or 5th spot. So it ain't like the man doing a bad job. You know what I mean? It ain't like we like the Magic or the Hornets. Look at the Hornets, 7-17. Bulls got Zach LaVine, got all these players. They 11-14. Shit, Tibbs got these players, and we 11-13. You know what I mean? So I think sometime, we got to look at everything in totality. Regardless, we don't like his coaching style with the man make errors because ain't nobody perfect. But right now, Tibbs got us right there. It ain't like we down in the lower echelon of the NBA and we struggling and we in the lottery. The cat got us playing some competitive basketball except for the game we lost against Dallas, which one of the worst non-competitive games I've seen all year. The only one, matter of fact. But the cat got us where we at. We win the night. We move up to 12-13, and then we go down here to Charlotte. And the Knicks 13-13. You can't be mad at that, the 26 game, when you got a lot of teams who got players better than us, damn near below us. I don't really know what else you could say about that for as that. But and if we go the other way, then you fire them. But I just think that they tired of doing that, Shop out. I just want to put that out there. I'm about to change the show, God. I ain't mean to harp on that. I just thought that's big to understand the way the Knicks organization might be thinking. Not from my perspective. This is what I think they see. I just don't want to keep recycling this money out because this is a business. Because if you giving away money, then you ain't a good businessman. I don't care how much you're making, you giving it away, you ain't a good businessman. So, and the Knicks part, they don't want to be that organization no more. They want people to come to New York and say, "Man, I want to play for these guys." And a lot of these start to play for Tibbs. They know him. They know how he get down. They coach on a U.S. game with him. A lot of these players respect Tom Thibodeau. Maybe not us as a fan base. to a degree, but a lot of NBA players respect Tom Thibodeau. A lot of the superstars respect Tom Thibodeau. So, let's hope he can get us to another level. And if he can't, then we fire him, move on from him, and we bring in another coach. I hope that coach can do better than him, because if there's ain't too many coaches out there that's better than Tom Thibodeau. If you circle the whole NBA, he one of the top 10 coaches in the league. So I don't other you don't give Johnny Bryan a chance, that's fine, but sometimes be careful what you ask for, because right now, even though you think about the talent he's been working with since he's been here, Tom Thibodeau ain't had no superstars. He had Julius Randle and a bunch of players mediocre for 3 years. Thibodeau, Julius Randle, and mediocre players for 3 years he's been in New York. They ain't never given him the stuff he need, and that's any coach. They only can win with talent, and he still did a damn hell of a job coming from 21 win to 41 team with a roster like that, and average players who are not even playing right now in the league. He had on this team, or they bench players in the league starting. Reggie Bullock was a starter for the Knicks. He had bench player on another team. That's what Tom Thibodeau had to work with. You know what I mean? And guys like that. So I hope he get it popping, man. I want to see this cat come play hard. I want the Knicks to win. I don't care what it takes. I want the Knicks to win. Whether it's with Tom Thibodeau or it ain't with Tom Thibodeau. The Knicks got to start winning, guys. We can't keep going through all these subpar seasons, man, where we always in the lottery. Even though we ain't hit, because the reason why we always in the lottery, we didn't hit on a lot of them, and we miss on a lot of good guys. But we'll see, man. If Tom Thibodeau got to go, then he got to go. You know what I mean? That's fine. But me, I'm good. You know what I mean? You bring in whatever coach. I don't care who you bring in New York. I don't care what coach it is. They just got to do their job. Whether it's Tom Thibodeau, whether it's Johnny Bryan, whether you may Udoka, which I would love to have. But you only good at the pieces that you coach. You know what I mean? That you have around you. And so far, these last couple of years, we've been Julius Randle and the Fourniers and the Kemba Walkers and Mook Morris and all these guys, man. You want to give them some talent, man. Give them some real talent. See how it goes. And I think that's what we got to get New York, some talent. So let's see what's going to happen over the next year. But he might be gone by the trade deadline, shop out. He might be here for another couple of years.
Yeah, there's no question about that, man. That fourth seed, like you said, man, that makes a big difference, man. He coaches us again to another fourth seed. How can you say that you want him gone? I mean, just saying. I feel where the fans are with Tom Thibodeau, because I understand his agent style that he plays. I mean, some of the games I watch, I'd be like, damn, Tibbs. Like, come on, man. You can make a better trade than that. I mean, you can make a better substitution than that, and so on and so forth. I see it. I know what you guys. I know I'm a Knicks fan as well, so I see it too. Sometimes I'd be like, damn, Tibbs, come on, man. Substitute this guy. It's about 7 minutes left in this quarter, and you still got this guy sitting on the bench. Put him in now and let him just rock out to either the half or the end of the third or whatever it is. And until then, we'll see what we have. But right now we do have, somewhat of what type of team we're going to be playing. And Tom Thibodeau has his his 9-man rotation now. And, it ain't much that we could talk. I mean, we could all talk about what we would like to see. But, what we're going to get on the court is what Tom Thibodeau puts out there. So I'm just going to be optimistic and, hope that he, doesn't make all bad decisions. Because, like I said, as a Knicks fan, I see sometimes I'll be like, Tom, what are you doing? But, it is all part of the game, and we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, you know what? For other young players, man, our players, listen, Mitchell Robinson got developed here. Mitchell Robinson got signed to $15 million contract. He they take care of their young players. RJ Barrett got a $120 million contract. The Knicks do take care of their players. I mean, their young players. They do raise them up through here. You think about one thing about Scott Perry since he's been here. He always keep his players 4 years, his rookie players. Whether it was Kevin Knox, whether it was Frank Ntilikina, they always get them guys the opportunity to grow in their organization because they did it with all their players. So the Knicks do raise their own. It's just that the ones they raising, you still got to put some talent around them. You know what I mean? I don't care who you raise for your organization. You still got to put talent around them. Because they, listen, look at Boston Celtics. They got Jaylen Brown in them. They raised the guy, but what they went out there and did, they put talent around them. You got the Al Horfords of the world. So, yeah, RJ is one of our young talent. Mitchell Robinson is one of our up-and-coming draft. We drafted, and we paid him. So now we got to put talent around them guys because we already ready to run RJ out of New York, damn man, and we raised this dude. So the Knicks do bring up their talent. They always do. It's just that it ain't the talent that you might be looking for. So in that sense, you might got to put some more talent around them. But RJ came in his rookie year, got his deal. Mitchell Robinson came in 2018 second round draft pick. He got his deal extended. Only Frank and them guys didn't because they just wasn't that talented. But the Knicks do take care and raise their players, man. So don't make that not the truth. It's just that it might not be the talent we wanted, but they did it. So on that note, man, I think we good in New York, man. Yeah, don't. This ain't the Titanic. Don't slip yet, Phil. Y'all keep that faith, man, and realize let the Knicks do what they do, man. Let them work this thing, man. Listen, because let me put this straight. The Knicks is not tanking. They are not doing that.
No way in the world. Not with no $100 million freaking starting.
Right. You're insane. The Knicks is not tanking. You can throw it out. You could throw that pipe dream out the window. You ain't get Jalen Brunson $25 million, RJ 20-something million, Randall 20-something million, and Robinson this much. Nah, Fournier this much when they ain't taking the Knicks is trying to win, and I think that's what's going to happen. So that's why I think the Fournier, the Derrick Rose, and the Cam Reddish, and the Quickly, them guys might be looking for something. Just only one I like Quickly. We raised Quickly. I don't want to see Quickly leave. I don't want to see Quickly. We drafted Quickly, just like we drafted RJ, just like we drafted Mitchell Robinson, and we kept him here. That's why. That's the reason why I don't want to do IQ because we drafted him. This is third year in the league. You know, he's starting to get better and better. Sometimes it take guys 5 years. Sometimes it take guys 7 years. Some guys get it off the jump, but he's a gym guy. He works hard. He's improving his game. That's what you want to see, the type of player you want to see. So I hate to see the Knicks get rid of him. We drafted Obi Toppin. He's still here. He ain't going yet. The Knicks do take their time with their players, and I just think that also the players got to make sure they put their work in. But now maybe it might be better now, Shot Power, because he's short at the rotation. Now you might get to see Obi Toppin flourish a little more because he's short at the rotation. You know what I mean? Or you might get to see IQ flourish a little bit more because he's short at the rotation. So we had to see how it go, man. And if they do that, we'd be all right. Before us tonight, I got the Knicks 117. I got the Knicks 117 to 107. I think Knicks win by 10 tonight. 117 to 107. I think we go in there, win this game, get it popping. We good to go. We look 12 and 13, and we can already go down to Charlotte, down here in my country, and see if we can beat them and get the 500. So when I'm on, Shot Powers, like I got the Knicks playing. I think we got the Knicks playing pretty good tonight. I think we come in and win this one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like I always say, man, push that pace, grab some rebounds. Rebounds are going to be major tonight. We do not need to give this team second chance opportunities, and shoot our free throws. We pound the paint. We get to the line. I think it's about 15 times a night. We need to, when we get to the line, we need to hit 14 out of 15 almost every night. So with that being said, I think this game is going to be a get back game. I think we're going to have some players tonight that are going to play a little exceed their stats tonight, you know. And I also hope to see, like I've been saying this whole stream, that Quentin Grimes comes out tonight and have a nice team number, 14, 15, 17. You know, if I need him to see some numbers like that tonight. To start getting his shooting together, because with him hitting the 3-point shot, that elevates our game. That brings our 3-point percentage up. If he can go somewhere, you know, hypothetically 4-7 or something like that, that helps us increase our 3-point shooting, you know. And in the next 4 games, if we can continue to do that, I think we'll, you know, if we get closer to 35-36% these next 4 games, we're going to be a team to really be watched out for, you know. Tonight, I think the Knicks win tonight, and I also think it's going to be a semi-high game. I think the Knicks win tonight, 114 to 111. I mean, 115 to 111.
Okay, so it's a close game, 4 points.
Yep. Yeah.
I think Julius Randle has a good game tonight. He always eat John Collins up. I think Julius Randle eat John Collins up tonight. Julius Randle been playing some good basketball on the offense side of the ball lately. You know, and every now and then a little lackadaisical here and there on the defense, but from an offense standpoint, he been shooting the ball pretty well this year. He's starting to come around. His numbers starting to look better. I hope RJ numbers, they got a couple of days off. Hopefully he had a chance to get in the gym and shoot a little bit more. You know, and let's see how these guys go. Jalen Brunson been steady all year. Other than when he hit the floor and maybe a couple of games, he probably had to score a lot. But he's been pretty consistent for us all year. I have no quarrel or no qualms about Jalen Brunson. He's been a steady Nick all year long. Quentin Grimes, let's see if he can get into a shooting groove tonight. Get the 3-ball to go down a couple of times. If he can knock down around 3, man, that'd be awesome. And with the defense that he plays, and like you said, if he can get around 13 or 14 points and let the big 3 do their thing, get their 20 points, and Mitchell Robinson have a double-double, and hopefully quickly these guys and Obi and them can have a good night. And, next thing you know, we come out there with a victory. So I'm looking forward to get it popping tonight. I think it should be a fun game at the Garden. Let's see how Nate McMillan and Tom Thibodeau coach against each other. They're both defense-minded coaches. They got that defense philosophy in their mind, and that's what they really bank their head on. And let's see how Jalen Brunson going to do Trae Young tonight. Take it to him all day down the paint, throw the body on him, force Trae Young to play defense. If you can force him to play defense, hopefully that'll take some energy out of the offense then. But I think Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle eat from an offense standpoint tonight. I don't think Trae Young can stop him, and I don't think John Collins could do anything with Julius Randle. So I'm looking for Julius Randle and them 2 of the big 3 to go out there and play tonight and to help propel us. And are they going to have his hands full, a handful against Hunter? Hunter can play some pretty good defense. He got some good size, but RJ is RJ. So let's see how he get it popping. And we win the night shot. Probably we feeling good about this thing going into Friday.
Yeah, there's no question about that, man. I think the team believes that too. So I'm hoping tonight that they come out with some togetherness. This is what I want to see tonight. I want to see them with some togetherness. But them, with that being said, they come out and they play their style of basketball. Any type of semi defensive way that they played the last game, just from one game, moved us up from the 26 worst team to 24 in just one game. So we can continue to keep teams under 100 and push the pace and start hitting our 3-pointers. We're going to be a team to really be reckoned with. You know what I mean? It all makes a difference with Quentin Grimes tonight. Quentin Grimes is our sole 3-point shooter. Should be our most reliable 3-point shooter in the starting lineup. And if he can get more consistent, then I see us winning a couple of more games. Like I said, 115, 111. Knicks take this game tonight. Don't let them take your food tonight. Dang it.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that with the 3 days off, but the 2 days off at least, Quentin Grimes already had a chance to get in the gym and just get the stroke going. That's what practice do. You know what I mean? Being able to have a chance to have some practice. And the way they've been playing, the first to get part of see the back-to-back games every other night or whatever. The Knicks been playing a lot of back-to-backs schedule. Now to have a couple of times. Last week and this week. Think about they had those 3 days off and they got another 3 days until the game. So everybody got in the gym, man, worked on some things. Or they probably trying to get his rhythm going in the gym. Hopefully Quentin Grimes is in there trying to knock down on the last couple of days. And if that's the case, then I think we should be fine. Salute my man Frank Mato. Salute to the chat, everybody. D. Roz, Nick 100, everybody. Man, salute to you guys. Maybe we're gonna get out here pretty soon. Get the game gonna start. But Keith Turner, salute to you as well. Frank Matos. Frank, what do you think, man? My man Frank, you know what I'm talking about. Verlander, Castillo, we got Mets did some good things. Frank, I'm happy about that. But yeah, man, let's Frank got 118, 111. I had 117, 107. That sounds about right to me. But yeah, man, it's all good. We're gonna get out of here, man, for y'all guys and get into your comfort zone, man. Get your nourishment going, get your nourishment, everything you're gonna use to watch the game, man. Enjoy it. I got the Knicks getting it popping tonight, man. I got 117, 107. Knicks 10 at MSG. Let's see if we can get it, man. Facts, Frank Marshall. I think they will, though. I think they will. But Shot Power, man, give me your thoughts about when we get out of here so you can get in your zone.
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat as always. Let's get it tonight. Push that pace, grab some rebounds, hit our free throw shots. You should be able to win this game tonight. 115, 111. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. Salute to the chat and everybody, man. Everybody in the chat tonight, man. I won't call you all out. There's a lot of y'all. But everybody in the chat tonight, y'all know how I normally do. I call you out, show you love, and showing you love this way. Yeah, chat is where it's at, man. Without you cats, they don't Knicks real talk, man. Y'all enjoy the game. Let's hope Knicks get this victory. We have a lot to talk about the next time, man. And until then, man, y'all cats have a good one. Enjoy the game. See you cats Friday, man. Knicks and Charlotte Hornets down here in Charlotte, man. Let's see the Knicks can go down there and get a victory, and we can win tonight, man. It'll be fun. Shout out, I'll holler at you later, my brother.
You ready?
Yep. Salute to the chat, man. Peace, everybody. Enjoy the game. We'll see y'all in the next one. Salute. Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variant, so dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books as they cook my game plan. Let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause at the Knicks we ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. But we embrace the fan base like the late Anthony Mace. We trace the logo in the space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's any Jacksons on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine to Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.